Right. Evening, everybody. Let me just get that YouTube fixed again. Let's have a wee bit of a tweak. Oops. There we go. Getting all the technology set up. See, we're streaming live on both Facebook and also on YouTube. I'm going to let you all just get kind of tuned in and catch the stream before we get started. Let me just see if I can pick the stream up here also. Right, where are we? There we go. Now. Aha. There we go. So 32 of you in so far. I think there was 10 on YouTube there as well. We'll just let this pick up 35. It'll count up when we get to 70 or 80 of you or so. All tuned in. I hope you have all got a beer or a wine or a cup of tea or coffee if that happens to be your fancy. So cheers. We'll just let everyone catch in a little bit there. I hope you've all had a decent day. It's a Friday. Not that there's an awful lot going to be going on tomorrow. To be all looking forward to a game of golf tomorrow morning normally, and on Sunday, or possibly on Sunday. But hopefully not too far away from that. I've been working today on just trying to get all our guidelines in place at the North Inch golf course. So we've been working on how we're going to look to try and operate things. We obviously need to wait until we find out exactly. I mentioned this last night as well, what we're going to be allowed. But I think pretty much it's going to be 2 balls. One of the things that's actually helping us, many courses use the same booking system called BRS that a lot of you will be aware of, and BRS just put a new update on the system today, which makes it much easier for us to be able to control both member-only play, to be able to restrict it to 2 balls, to 3 balls, to 4 balls. It's going to make it much easier as the relaxation comes down, and how we can adapt our tee sheets to see how it all goes. So I'm just going to wait just a few more minutes. Everyone's going to be more aware of where the tee times are. So tonight we're doing the scoring just in exactly the same order as we did last night. Just going to work down that list. After tonight's round is finished, I'm then going to do a cut. And I think I mentioned that because we've got such a fantastic entry, 232 of you, because of such a big entry, we're going to split into 3. It was going to be a sort of 50-50 cut. Instead, it's going to be into 3. We're going to have the main event at the top. That's going to be the top third of the field. So round about, what's that going to be, 75 people roughly, 74, 75. Those tied within that score, or anybody who is within 10 shots of the lead. The next third of the field are going to play in the Consolation Cup, and then the final third are going to be in what we're calling the race to the bottom. That's the bottom section of the field. So that's good. I see a few of you in here. That's good. I hope you're all doing okay. Not showing me how many people are watching now, but I can see quite a few of you pulling through. And then what will happen tomorrow night and Sunday night? So once the cut's done, I'll redraw everything, and in the 3 sections, I'm going to start. Tomorrow night's scores will start with the very, very, very last placed person, so the bottom of the race to the bottom, and we'll work the scores up towards the leaders of that section. We'll then start with the players at the bottom of the Consolation Cup, working up to the leaders in the Consolation Cup, and again in the main event, we will start with those at the bottom of the main event, leading up to the leaders. Now then, for Sunday, again, just like you would have in a big major tournament, we will redraw once again And we are going to be, on Sunday it's going to again be in reverse order. So the leaders at the very end. That means it should hopefully get pretty tense as we get towards the end, and that's exactly what happened last time. There was some real turnarounds as we got up to the end of the here we go. That's what I was looking for. Perfect. Right. Okay. So I'm going to keep this to hand just so I can see some of your comments and things coming through. There we go. So like I say, there was some cracking scores yesterday. I'm just going to flip that over just so I can see it as I've got another spreadsheet set here with a leaderboard. I think we had 10 players in the end leading on 63 shots, 9 under par. So again, a fantastic lead there. And again, another, I think 12 players or 11 players, 1 shot behind. So there's some fantastic scoring yesterday. But without further ado, I am going to have another swig of beer and we are going to get underway. So, starting off today, now actually, sorry, let me just very quickly, my laptop has been having a couple of wobbly, it's okay, it looks like it's alright. It's changed a couple of the settings on the wheel, so I had to come through. I just want to double check. No, they're all okay. Right, okay, cool. So let's go back here to the scores. So we're starting off. Ali B. Now, Ali B shot 64 in the first round, was 8 under par in the first round. Let's get kicked off with Ali B and let's see. Oh, in fact, sorry, I keep forgetting to do this. Have to do this. Absolutely love this music. A little bit of this going for the start, get us in the mood. Okay, right, so Ali B, let's see how you do. 64, 8 under par in round number 1. Round 2, Ali B, ooh,
74.
74, 2 over par, but keeps him at 6 under, so still very much in the game. Next up, we've got Adam T. Adam T shot 71, 1 under par in the first round.
82.
Oh, nightmare. 10 over par today. Drops right down to 9 over. Next up, we've got Teeny 1. 78 in the first round. Was 6 over par in the first round. And in round number 2, 81. 9 over par. 78, 81. It's certainly not going to be in the main event. We'll see whether that's going to be Constellation Cup or Race to the Bottom. So next up was Alan Blythe, and Alan had a bit of a head off yesterday with an 83. Let's see what Alan does today. Good score.
70.
2 under par. You were 72 yesterday, level par. And today,
78.
Nightmare, 78. 6 over par, moves out to 6 over par for the tournament. And next up, we've got Sam R. Sam R was 75, 3 over par yesterday. Follows that up with 80, blows 8 over par, moves out to 11 over for the tournament. Dragon MD, you had a 77 today, 5 over, so you've moved back to 3 under par for the tournament. Good, nice wee OVD, that gives you a wee bit of time, good Stuart. Okay, Scott Batchelor's up next, 7 under par yesterday. 7 under yesterday, let's see what you can follow that with today, Scott.
74.
2 over 74, moves back to 5 under for the tournament. Now we've got another joint leader coming up next. This is Scotty Boy Gray, with 63 yesterday. Better. 63 yesterday, Scotty Boy Gray. Let's see what you can do.
68.
68 today. That's a way to follow a 63. Moves to 13 under par for the tournament. Up point 1 is next. Let's have a look. Up point 1 was 67 yesterday, 5 under par. Follows that up with, oh no,
81.
81, 9 over par today. Drops right out of contention, and that's definitely going to be up point 1 for today. Right, next up we've got Scott, 1 putt Taylor. Shot 1 under par yesterday, 71 blows. Let's see what he can do today.
76.
76, 4 over par today. Moves out to 3 over for the tournament. Yeah, we 62, Ryan. That would be help. You'll need a couple of them, I think. Scott Davies is next. 82 blows yesterday, 10 over for Scott yesterday. Round number 2. Oh, look at that.
64.
It's a 64 for Scott. 82, 64. Moves back to 2 over par. And I'm not sure if that will make the cut for the main event, but it will certainly be there or thereabouts in the Consolation Cup. Scott Fenton is up next. What did you shoot, Ryan? Ryan. You shot 72 level par. Anyone else? If anyone else gives them a wee shout. Oh, aye, you're not getting a 62 right now. You got a 72 though. Okay, so next, Scott Fenton was 72 in round number 1, level par. Now, Scott, let's see what you're going to do in round number 2.
79.
79, 7 over par, moves out to 7 over for the tournament. And next up, we've got the Ballshank Redemption. The Ballshank Redemption is player number 147, shot 70 yesterday, 2 under par yesterday, and second round comes in with
72.
72, level par, stays 2 under par. Next, we've got Stacey and Stuart. Now, Stacey and Stuart was 64 yesterday, 1 shot off the lead. So these are the nervy ones. When you're 1 shot off the lead in round number 1, and you go out in round number 2, oh,
77.
shoot 77, 5 over par, but you still stay at 3 under for the tournament. Next up, we've got Croc 90. This is the first player to Croc 90 at 75, 3 over par in round number 1. Follows that up with nightmare.
79.
79, 7 over today. Moves out to 10 over for the tournament. Now, let me scroll this up here. Next, we have got Sir Top-A-Lot. Now, Sir Top-A-Lot was equal last yesterday. 83 blows, 11 over par. Needs something special.
75.
It just doesn't happen. 3 over today as well. 75, moves to 14 over for the tournament. Next up, we have got Doom. Now, Doom was 2 over yesterday. 74 blows. Doom in round number 2. Is it all Doom? Not
71.
bad. 71. Solid round of 1 under par in the second round. Now, Steve Rose is next. Steve shot 3 over par, 75 in the first round. What can that be followed up with?
77.
77, 5 over par. A fair bit of mediocre scoring in this part of the field. Steve moves out to 8 over altogether. Next up, it's the Hosel Rocket. And I saw he just joined the stream just a couple of minutes ago. So the Hosel Rocket, player number 153, shot 78 in round number 1. Needs something special here.
79.
And doesn't get it. 7 over for round number 2. Moves out to 13 over for the tournament. I think that'll be in the race to the bottom event. And next up, it's Stuart Duffy. Right, Duffy, let's have a look at how you do. 83, round number 1.
78.
78, round number 2. Moves out to 17 over the par. Okay, next, we've got the Piper Laddie. 80 in round number 1, 8 over par. Another player needing a serious recovery in round number 2.
76.
But doesn't make it. 4 over par. Shoots 12 over at the cut mark and is going to be well down the field. Stuart Brown is up next, 75 in round number 1. 3 over par. How can he follow that up?
66.
66 blows, 6 under par. What a superb second round, but Stuart Brown moves to 3 under for the tournament. Just having a look at your guys' comments there. Stuart Webster, you're up next. 80 blows in round number 1, 8 over par. What can you do in round number 2?
68.
68, 4 under par in round number 2. Gets back half of these shots and moves out to 4 over. Okay, so next we've got Stu Griff, unlucky Wallace Booth, no title. 71, 1 under par in the first round. Follows that up with
72.
a 72, stays 1 under par for the tournament. And again, that's Stu Griff, unlucky Wallace Booth, no title. 1 under for the event. Crofty is up next. 67 yesterday, was 5 under par. It needs to hold on to that lead. But that score
74.
74, 2 over today, moves out to 3 under, but that's still there or thereabouts. Just have to see where the cut mark falls, but I think that should be okay. Croc 90 number 2 is up next, 69, 3 under par in the first round. Follows that up with another 69. A pair of 69s for Croc 90. Next up is the bogey woman. 73 in round number 1, 1 over par.
73.
Follows it with another 73. 1 over again, moves to 2 over for the tournament. And next we've got Tam Balmer. Now Tam was 76 in round number 1, 4 over par. Needs a low one today.
79.
And moves out to 79, 7 over par and 11 over for the tournament. I'm just looking to make sure these low numbers are still there, and they are still there. We just need some of these to come in. Big hitter is next. 82 blows in the first round for the big hitter. We're on number 163 now. So player 163 is big hitter, 82 blows yesterday. Big hitter comes in
80.
with an 80. 2 better than yesterday, but comfortably in the race to the bottom. Next up, we've got Josh Dolzanski. Now, Josh shot 7 over 79 in round number 1. Follows that up
79.
with another 79. 7 over and 7 over, moves to 14 over. Okay, next we have got Handles. Handles had 83, equal worst in round number 1, needs a seriously low one
65.
and gets one. 65, 7 under par today, moves to 4 over for the tournament. Now next up we've got Leeds. 69 in round number 1, 3 under par. What can he follow that with?
73.
73, 1 over par. Almost on the 67, but I say a little ball out of bounds on 17, and their wheels came off. So he's at 2 under for the tournament. Next up, we've got TJM, 76 in round number 1, 4 over par.
71.
Shoots 71, 1 under par in round number 2 for 5 over for the tournament. Next up, we've got Alicia Warren. 168 is the player number. So Alicia Warren had 77 in round number 1. 77 in round number 1. Follows it with
76.
a 76. Moves to 9 over par, 4 over for today. Craig Thompson is up next. 7 under par yesterday. 65. Can he stay there at 7 under? Can he improve on that?
73.
73, 1 over is not a bad score. Following the 65 is now 60. Is 6 under par for the tournament. Next up, we've got Bag of Spanners. 77 blows yesterday. 77.
81.
And an 81 in round number 2. Moves out to 14 over par. Sandbagger Smarty is next, 67 in round number 1. 5 under par. Follows that up with... He's 64.
64.
Look at that for the second round. 8 under round number 2. Moves to 13 under par for the tournament. Paige Amy is next. 74 in round number 1. 2 over par. In round number 2...
72.
Shoots 72. Level par stays at 2 over. Not bad at all. So Gaza Muff is next. 81 in round number 1. 81 round number 1. Follows it
72.
with a really solid 72. Got his head back on after round number 1. Got to the practice ground early this morning. Nice solid level par round. Fozzie Dog is next. 77 in the first round. It was 5 over par. Needs something low here.
76.
Doesn't get it. 76. 4 over today and 9 over for the tournament. Now Alicia Warren's number 2. 72 blows in the first round. Follows that with... Oh, 9 there. 80 in round number 2. Moves out to 8 over par, and we'll need to see where that's going to sit in the way once the cut is done. Barca Sainty is next. 82 in the first round, was 10 over par.
67.
Gets 5 of them back today though, with a 5 under par, 67. Good score today. Now 3 off the tee again is next up. 1 under par yesterday, 71. Shoots in round number 2.
77.
77, 5 over par today. Drops back to 4 over for the tournament. Mark Davidson is up next, 78. Needs something special in round number 2 to get into contention.
79.
Doesn't get it though. 7 over today. Moves out to 13 over for the tournament. Now, Steen Machine, player number 179, Steen Machine, 65 yesterday. Getting twitchy now after that 7 under par in round number 1, but look at that!
63.
63, 9 under par, lowest score of the day. That's got to be there or thereabouts for leader of the tournament for Steen Machine, 16 under par. Next we've got Jamie Davidson Boo Boo. 74 yesterday, 2 over par. Follows it up with a 64. 8 under par today, moves to 6 under for the tournament. Superb score from Jamie there. And next up, we've got Minji Liquor. 71, 1 under par yesterday. Shoots a 68 today, 4 under par. Moves to 5 under for the tournament. Brian Irvin is next, 67 yesterday. Follows that with a 76, 4 over after his 5 under. Moves back to 1 under for the tournament. Okay, Willie Boy, 22, 83 blows in round number 1. Oh, follows it with a 63. Best of the day. That's how you follow up the worst of the day. You put a best of the day, moves back to 2 over par altogether. Joe Hay is next, 73 blows, 1 over par in round number 1. Follows it with
69.
69, 3 under par, moves to 2 under for the tournament. Christopher Ray is next. 81 blows in the first round, was 9 over. Needs something low 60s.
66.
A 66. I would take that as a cracking score. Moves back to 3 over for the tournament. Now, a couple of low scoring players in here. We've got Steen. He's had 65, 7 under par yesterday. That's followed by
65.
65 again, moves to 14 under par for the tournament for Steen. What a score. Boom, boom, Beattie is next. This was another one of our joint leaders. Shot 63 yesterday. Cheers, everybody. So, how can Boom Boom Beattie follow his 63? 63 followed by, no way!
63.
63 again, that's the first time I've seen that. 63, 63, Boom Boom Beattie. 18 under par. What was that all about? I want some of what you're on. What a score. Next up, we've got Kev Drunken Duncan. Now, following a pair of 63s, Kev Drunken Duncan had a 68 in round number 1. Follows it up
71.
with a 71, 1 under par today, moves to 5 under for the tournament. I still can't believe it, 2 63s back to back there. Okay, next up we've got Braxter 14. This is player number 189. Braxter 14 shot 80 yesterday, was 8 over par.
81.
Follows it with 81. So you know you can get a pair of 63s and you can get an 80 and an 81. That's how this game works. 17 over par. I think it is going to be a pretty low cut, I would say, Jason. Yeah, it's certainly looking that way. Next up, we've got Gemmell. 76, 4 over par yesterday.
70.
Follows it with a 2 under par 70 today. Moves to 2 over for the tournament. Next up, we've got Judge Smales. Now, the Judge shot 68 yesterday. Had the Gophers out helping him. 4 under par. Follows it up in round number 2.
77.
With a 77. Judge Smales not on form today. 5 over. Moves back to 1 over for the tournament. Okay. PJ, yeah, boom, boom. There's a £400 driver up for grabs. That gets nervy now over the weekend. Okay, so PJ Parr is next. 68 yesterday, 4 under par. Round number 2.
71.
71, 1 under par. Moves to 5 under for the tournament. Spady Boy is next. 79 yesterday, 7 over the card. Needs something really low.
83.
And doesn't get it. Highest score of the day, 11 over par, but you're in the draw for the sleeve of balls. 18 over par. Next up, we've got Barry Leatham. 83 yesterday, Barry. You cannot score any worse than you did yesterday. Let's see what you can improve by.
63.
63, worst of the day to best of the day. Moves back to 2 over par for Barry Leatham. What a turnaround of scores. 20 shot difference. Well done there. Boo Boo Watson is next. Boo Boo Watson 72. What can he come back with in round number 2?
71.
71. Steady golf there. 1 under par at the halfway mark. Danny Boffin is next. 71 in the first round. 1 under.
77.
76. 5 over. 77. And moves out to 4 over for the tournament. Okay. Next up, Neil Campbell. Now, Neil was 75 in round number 1, 3 over par. Needs something good here. That's how you do it. 67, 5 under round number 2. Moves to 2 under for the tournament. The head chef shot a big 80 yesterday, is needing something low again today. Oh no.
83.
83. Head chef had a mare after yesterday's 80, went out on the lash, got to the first tee, tripped over, hooked out of bounds off the first, and it never got any better. 19 over par, may just be at the bottom of the field. Okay, Hosel Rocket is next, 79 in round number 1. Hosel Rocket 79 follows
77.
it with a 77, 5 over par, 12 over for the tournament. Now, we are now at Boo Boo Watson number 2, 64 in the first round, 8 under par. Right, was a bit nervous before this round. We saw him out on the practice ground and he was duffing them and shanking them with the nerves. 8 under par. What does he do in round number 2? As he pulled it together,
78.
6 over, 78, drops back to 2 under for the tournament. Now Johnny Belfort is next. Johnny is one of our ex-team at Noah's Ark Golf Centre, and Johnny went out and striped it to a 66, 6 under par yesterday. Let's see what Johnny can do today. Oh, look at that, Johnny.
68.
68, 4 under par today. Johnny moves to 10 under par for the tournament. Cracking couple of days golf there from Johnny B. Now next up, we've got TGC Hacker. 81 blows yesterday, 9 over, follows it with a 1
73.
over, moves out to 10 over for the tournament. Now we're in player 203 now, just like 29 players more to go. We've got the luck of the draw. Now it wasn't very lucky yesterday because the luck of the draw shot 10 over 82, but in round number 2,
80.
80 blows, 82, 80, moves to 18 over par. But remember, if your score is bad, you're always better at being really bad or mediocrely bad, and see which of the events there's still something to play for here. And remember, I see a couple of guys saying here about late tee times, we will be doing that. Yesterday and today are same draw, same tee time. For tomorrow, I'm going to do the cut, I'm going to redraw, and we will start with the very, very bottom player working up. So we'll go through the race to the bottom players first, from worst to leaders, then Consolation Cup from lowest to leaders, and then main event from lowest to leaders. And then after tomorrow night, I'll redraw again so that we've got the leaders of the tournament at the very, very end when it gets really, really twitchy at that point. So next up, we have got Fat Taxi Driver. Shot 7 under par, 65. Round number 2. Oh, look at that.
66.
66. There is no taxi required for the Fat Taxi Driver. He's here for the weekend. 13 under par, right in the mix. So next up, we've got I Spy. 8 under par in the first round, 64. 1 shot off the lead. I Spy, what can you do in round number 2? Oh,
82.
Nightmare. Absolute head off in round number 2. Shoots 10 over par, 2 over. I think it's time to head to the bar. Feldy Rue is next. 74 blows, 2 over par in the first round. Follows it up
79.
with a 7 over, 79, 9 over for the tournament. Next, we've got the North Inch Grass Cutter. Now, he wasn't very happy with his 78 yesterday. 6 over par. Needing something special today from the North Inch Grass Cutter in round number 2. Oh, look at
67.
that. Little 67. 5 under par today. Moves back to 1 over for the tournament for the North Inch Grass Cutter. Next, we've got Billy Ray. Shot 5 over 77 yesterday. Follows it
64.
with an 8 under par, 64 today. Moves to 3 under for the tournament. What a score by Billy Ray. Stephen McPherson, 91, was 4 under yesterday, 68. Stephen McPherson
74.
shoots 74, 2 over par today, remains at 2 under for the tournament. This is now player number 210. This is Happy Gilmore, Richard Burniston. Shot 64 yesterday. Again, another player who was 1 off the lead. 64, follows it with, oh no!
83.
83, worst of the day, drops right out of it. 3 over par for Happy Gilmore. That run-up didn't work today, unfortunately. What a disaster. Frankie is next. 82 yesterday, 10 over par. 10 over yesterday. Go, 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 go.
69.
69 today, 3 under par. Moves back to 7 over for the tournament. Chris Glenn is next. Another one of our 64 players from yesterday. One shot off of the lead. Needs something good today to stay right up there in the lead. How about that?
65.
65. Do you know what? So close to a 63, but you'll certainly take a 65, moves to 15 under, and is absolutely right in the mix now. Okay, we have got Tam next. Now, Tam shot 83 yesterday. Can he get any worse for Tam?
63.
It got 100% better. I think that's 3 players today who shot the absolute worst yesterday and the absolute best today. Tam, 83, 63, 2 over par. What a comeback. Next, we've got Billy Ray, number 2. 63 was another one of our joint leaders yesterday. 63 in round number 1, follows it with
83.
Can you believe that? Worst of the day. 2 players in a row have gone from worst of the day to best in the day to best in the day to worst in the day. So they're both at 2 over par. Willie Boy 22, the second, shot 5 under par yesterday, 67.
65.
A 65, 7 under today, moves to 12 under par. This game really turns around quick. Okay, next up, we've got Leslie Chow. Shot 75, 3 over par yesterday, follows it with
65.
a 7 under 65 today, moves to 4 under par for the tournament. Kazi Mack had a bit of a mare yesterday, 11 over par, 83, follows it in round number 2
69.
with a 3 under 69. Got her game back on form today and is back to 8 over. So again, not quite sure where that's going to sit. It's not going to be in the main event, but not sure in the next 2. Now another joint leader. This is player number 218. Just 15 more players to go. Smitty Selt, 63 in round number 1. Follows it with
70.
a 70. 2 under par. You'll certainly take that. Moves to 11 under for the tournament. Remember also, once we've gone through all the players, we're going to do lowest and highest score of the day. Then we've got both longest drive and nearest to pin prizes where everybody is involved in. So next up, we've got Tams Da. Tams Da shot 67 yesterday, 5 under the card. What can you do in round number 2?
70.
2 under par, 70. Moves to 7 under for the tournament. Next up is Tam's Mam. 80 yesterday, she was not doing so well, 8 over par. She's needing a really low one here, and that's how you do it.
64.
Tam's Mam, 8 under par today, moves back to level par. Well done there. And next we've got Pickle. Pickle is another of our joint leaders. Shot 9 under par today, yesterday. Joint leader of the tournament. Pickle, what can you do in round number 2? Oh!
64.
64, 63, 64. That has to be second place. Nobody else has shot as low as that other than our one player with 263s. What a second round to follow that 9 under par first round. Next up, we've got Ronald Lamby, 72 under par. In round number 2, shoots a
74.
2 over par, 74, moves to level par for the tournament. Nastos is next, 66, 6 under par in round number 1. Round number 2 comes in with
74.
a 74, 2 over par, moves to 4 under. So drops a couple of shots today, just slipped up a little bit at the end of the round. Redon 73 is next, shot 3 over 75 in the first round. And a
70.
2 under par 70 in round number 2. Okay, getting into the last, I think 7 or 8 players now. Jabba the Putt. 3 under par yesterday. Jabba the Putt, 3 under par 69 in round number 2. What can you do? Look at that.
66.
66, 6 under par in round number 2, moves to 9 under for the tournament. This is going to be an interesting looking leaderboard. I'll even see if there's a way that I can show you this once I flip it around to give you an idea of where it is. So next up we have got, there's Chuckles, shot 68, 4 under par in round number 1, follows his 68 with, oh, disaster,
83.
83, 11 over par, moves to 7 over for the tournament. Marty Boy, shot 71 in round number 1, 1 under par, follows that with another 83. This wind must be getting up. This is tough. The rain's pouring down. The waterproofs are coming on. 10 over par for Marty Boy for the tournament. Next up, Gordon C. 75 yesterday. Can he play in the wind and the rain?
76.
Shoots 76 today, 4 over, moves to 7 over for the tournament. Colin C is up next, 74 yesterday.
78.
78 today. These conditions are getting rough out here now. 8 over for the tournament. We've got 3 players left. Ben L is next. 75, 3 over par, got the waterproofs out, got the umbrella up.
74.
74, 2 over par, moves him out to 5 over for the tournament. Next we have got Up Down Specialist, 68 in the first round, 4 under par. Can he still be up and down in it in this miserable weather?
65.
Yes, he can. 65, shoots 7 under par, moves to 11 under par for the tournament. And it's our last player now, Nick Findlay. Nick shot 73, 1 over par yesterday. 73. What can Nick follow that up with? A 68. Another quality wet weather player, and Nick moves to 3 under for the tournament. So guys, that's those scores in. I'm just going to sort all your scores, and we're going to go through our lowest, highest, and then our random numbers. I need to first of all, so this is going to look, we're just going to do let's do this by lowest and highest scores first. I won't show you this yet, and then I'll show you the leaderboard once we do this. Okay. In fact, you know what? It's the wrong machine. I need to do it on this one so that I can put all the names into the hat. Right, okay. That's going to be by column D. Data, column D, low to high. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go lowest score of the day first. In fact, I will be able to show you it on here actually, which is fine. I don't know if you guys can, you maybe not be able to see that all that clearly. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 63s today. So this is not the overall leaderboard, this is today's scores. What I'm going to do is pull out all of today's 63s there, and I'm going to pop you in a random wheel over here. Okay, now, so I'm going to spin this wheel here, and the winner here is going to win a sleeve of Pro V1s. If I can find what I did with my pen, here we go. So round 2, lowest. Right, let's have a little spin and see who wins the lowest score of the day.
Willie Bowie 22.
Is Willie Boy 22. Gets a sleeve of Pro V1s, well done there. I'm going to clear that out there. And we're now going to go and get the highest score of the day winners. Now, I think there was a few of these also. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We had 12 83s today. And I'm going to put you all into the wheel here. Okay, now this again is for a sleeve of Pro V1s. Let's see, or any other ball of your choice actually, it doesn't have to be Pro V1s. Let's have a little spin. Let me just put that down there. Okay, spin the wheel, let's see who wins.
Happy Gilmore, Craig Shepherd.
Craig Shepherd, actually. Both Happy Gilmores were both in the highest score, but it's the Happy Gilmore, Craig Shepherd. Well done, Craig. So it's not all bad shooting 83. Okay, now, what we are going to do now is do our longest drive nearest the pin, and then I am going to show you the leaderboard. Okay, so again, like yesterday, we've got the same thing. We have half the field, because of the number, I've got half the field in for nearest the pin, half the field in for longest drive. So this is going to be the first half of the field that we used yesterday, but you're now, to be honest, it's the same kind of thing, but you're going to be longest drive today for you guys. So let's have a little spin here and see who wins.
Brody McGillivray.
Brody McGillivray is longest drive, so Brody McGillivray. Now let's see how far you can knock it out there. Okay, so again, you've got a £50 voucher for a 320-yard drive, a £40 voucher for a 300-yard drive, £30 for 290 and £20 for 280. Brody McGillivray, let's see how far you knock it out there. Look at that.
320 yards, £50 voucher.
Wound the shoulders up, got the top prize, £50 voucher. Superb stuff there from Brody McGillivray. Okay, now let's go to the second group of players. You are playing for nearest the pin. So let's have a little spin. Nearest the pin is won by
Sandbagger Smarty.
Sandbagger Smarty. Some quality names here. Sandbagger Smarty. Okay, now let's see how close you hit it. There we go. So again, £50 voucher for a hole in one, £40 for 1 foot, £30 for 2 feet, and £20 for 3 feet. Let's see how you do. So, Sandbagger Smarty, what do you win? Oh, look at that.
Hole in one, £50 voucher.
Top prize for both today. Quality hitting, hole in one, Sandbagger Smarty. Quality stuff. Well done there. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is now just move this into a leaderboard scenario, and what we are going to do now is put all these here. We're going to filter it by column I, and I say what I will then do is once we finish the feed, I will then go in and I'm going to do the cut marks, and I'll get this all loaded up on the website. I'll get it done as quick as I can. I haven't got anything more exciting to do on a Friday night. There we go, column I, low to high, sort, and let's have a look at our field. Now, let me see if I can try and even just blow this right up for, let's get rid of that column. Okay. Go. Okay, so I don't know whether you guys can see that or not, but at the top of it, ignore the position on the left because that was That was where your number was beforehand. So top of the leaderboard is Boom Boom Beady. Boom Boom Beady is on 18 under par. We then have a tie in second with Tigger Flies and Pickle on 17 under. Steen Machine is then next on 16 under. We have 3 players on 15 under. That's Popeye, Marky Mark and Chris Glenn. We then have 2 players on 14 under. That's Winner Winner Chicken Dinner and Steen. And then on 13 under, oh, I'm going to have to reduce that in a minute. Doesn't like that. On 13, 1, 2, 3, we've got 3 players, Sandbagger Smarty, Fat Taxi Driver and Scotty Boy Grey on 13 under. So some cracking scores in there. I say I'm going to go through, we're going to split it into 3. So we're going to split from top third, middle third, bottom third, main event, consolation cup, race to the bottom. Okay, so guys, I'll get this up online. I'll then post the leaderboard and the draws. I'll get it on the website. I'll get something up on the Facebook page. It'll give you an idea where you are for tomorrow night. The live stream again is at 8 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be starting from the very, very bottom of the race to the bottom, working up to the leader. So it's going to be in a reverse score order, followed by a redraw tomorrow night, ready for Sunday. So I hope you guys enjoyed that again tonight. Go and have a couple more beers, relax, enjoy yourself, and I shall see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.